Clap on. Clap off.
Big clapper.
Hey, gang.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Quick and Slow Comedy Show. I'm your host, Nick McQuik. As always, we're joined in studio by the funny sound man that makes all the musical and knobs and buttons and stuff. The technical guy behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, on the scenes, under the scenes, all around. With his education degree in music and sound, our in-studio producer, Thomas Tom Brent.
Hello.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Good.
Okay, nothing to you. Joining us in studio, we have a plethora of people. In fact, everybody that was on the last episode. But if you didn't listen to that episode, we're going to go around and do introductions. Joining me to my right side left, we have Sean Gramiak.
It's highly likely you didn't listen to the last episode.
It's highly likely they won't finish this one. And beside Sean, we have the very funny one-legged Kelly Seladuca.
One leg to stand on, here I am.
Yep, the best one-legged comedian in Edmonton. And right,
Oh, I get it.
right beside him, we've got hailing all the way from They Made It a Great Again America, Aaron Maslow.
Hello.
He puts the slow in, quick and slow.
Booyah.
And then joining beside him, the one head of the two-headed beast that is the Movie Jerks, JP Fournier.
Yep.
That's him. And beside JP Fournier, we have James Ross.
Hey, buddy.
So, Aaron, you've left Edmonton behind in the sights.
4 years ago to this very day.
Ish.
Not really.
No.
4 years ago to like this year-ish.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
Yeah, if you'd used
I think it's
time
actually
and
5
calendars.
years.
5 years? Couldn't have been 5 years.
It was during summer.
Yeah? So
I
there
know-
wasn't snow or there was snow?
Obama was in the administration.
Okay.
And
That's
that's all I remember.
one
I
of-
remember when it was good.
back in the days.
Back when things were...
And that's when you moved to America.
Right.
There was Obama.
Right.
Now you live there.
He's still there.
And there's not Obama.
All right. But I moved away from here to get away from you.
Oh, and you came back.
Well, there's a boomerang effect here.
Yeah, exactly.
Stockholm Syndrome?
Boomerang?
Yeah.
Is that a movie?
Probably.
And then, well, you pulled out when Target pulled out.
Right.
And you moved to Minnesota.
Right.
And you had twins.
Right.
The Minnesota Twins.
Right.
You made another kid, and then another one came with it.
Right.
Because you're very fertile.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what a vegan diet does for you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a lot of soy. A lot of soy. And then, so you're in Minneapolis,
Uh-huh.
the Twin City.
Right.
And you had twins.
Yep.
For that place. That's where you do it.
Nope.
Okay.
They were born in Denver.
They were born in Denver, but you made them in Minnesota. Minneapolis?
Right.
Where'd you make them? St. Paul?
Petri dish?
Petri dish? You came in a Petri dish.
Right. I came in a Petri dish.
Okay. Good.
Wait, what did your wife do with the Petri dish?
Fucking smeared it on her cooch.
What do you do with Petri dishes?
Yeah, Petri smear.
Yeah, she got a pap smear.
Yeah.
That's what a pap smear is.
Yeah, pap smear sounds like an abstract art project to me, but, whatever.
Or
It is.
Tomato, tomato.
the drummer from Nirvana. No, wait, that was Dave
Dave
Grohl.
Grohl.
The bassist from Nirvana.
Yeah, that's
Chris
pap smear.
Novoselic.
Yeah, pap
Still wrong.
Who the fuck is... Who am I...
Pat Smear currently plays guitar in
I don't care about
Foo
now,
Fighters.
but in the past.
In the past, he played guitar for his own band. I don't remember the name of it.
Well,
I
that was
digest.
Thank you for pointing out my stupid bullshit.
You're welcome.
You digest pat smear?
So, and then
Oh,
you
I
made some
digest
babies.
pap smear.
But you were doing comedy in Edmonton here.
Yep.
You were performing stand-up comedy.
You could say that.
Yes. You did presentations.
Correct.
In front of people.
Yep.
With a microphone to amplify your voice.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. And when you left Edmonton, it was a bristling scene.
Oh. Yeah.
Pop. Just full of stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then you left, and you've gone and traveled a bit now.
Uh-huh.
You've seen some other comedy scenes.
Uh-huh.
What is Minneapolis like?
Minneapolis is very artistic. And
Is that good?
I don't know.
When you say it with such enthusiasm, we assume not.
Yeah.
I had like 1 foot in at the time. I had to get a job, so I was only somewhat committed.
What did you do for a living up in Minnesota?
I worked up in Minnesota. That's interesting.
All up in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go up to get down.
Laterally, they're down.
Well, I
From
mean,
here.
longitude,
It's all
latitude.
relative.
Who am I to debate?
Right. So I worked for a sales company, and I sold software.
And what a great job you did of it, I can tell already.
I'll tell you this. I got fired.
Yeah.
So I can see the answer. Hey, is this good software? Maybe.
It's not firmware, I would say. And then they would hang up.
Then you turn to the person you were working with, go, I don't know what firmware is.
His name was, and he was fat.
PHAT fat?
No, that was the guy I was sitting next to.
You didn't
His
call him sleep
toenails.
apnea?
He did. He would fall asleep all the time, and you could hear him.
That's
almost
not sleep
dying.
apnea.
Well,
I
when
don't
he
know.
would sleep, we could hear it.
In the middle of sales calls.
Right. Would you
Yeah.
like to? Wake up! You're not breathing.
Oh, I was having this dream. I was David Carradine.
I was choking on a gummy.
So you're
Joe,
slinging
gotta make this sale.
software during the day.
And then trying to do comedy at night
Yeah, in the
And
artistic scene.
in the Arctic
Scene.
Arctic scene.
Yeah, very
It was
chilly.
good. I don't know. They were. It's very. It's not unlike every other scene where you have a lot of people that suck and a few people that are good and a lot of naysayers and people that are good.
So other than Big Fat, how does it differ from Edmonton comedy-wise?
Comedy-wise, it was harder to get in.
Yeah.
Edmonton is a nice, easy lay. You go you go to the States, and it's a little bit trickier because there's more people to do it, and so you kind of have to go through the rigmarole
Yeah.
of meeting people, being funny, and being continuous. Is that a word? Is
So
that the
you
way it
can't
is?
you can't just like walk up and get stage time.
Right, and you couldn't do that here, but it was easier to be part of the community.
So you like the Edmonton community is a little bit more welcoming.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
it.
That's
That's the Canadian.
that's the short way to put
fervor
it.
we like.
So you're at Minneapolis. You were
Right.
there.
Right.
You laid with your wife and made twins.
Big time.
This is a very biblical way of saying you laid with your wife and created offspring.
And thus
the beast with two
bags.
How many kids have you begat?
At this point in the
3.
story, how many kids are conceived?
3.
Okay. So you got a lot of mouths to feed.
Oh yeah.
And now you're like, hey, let's leave Minneapolis.
Well, yeah.
And you were like, let's go somewhere else.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
you threw a dart at the map, and where'd you wind up?
Where we started.
In Colorado.
In Colorado.
In Colorado.
Right. We were supposed to say that. At
That's
the
where
same
the
time.
old that's where the old cheeseheads are from, right?
Right.
Yeah, the old
Isn't
no?
Cheeseheads from Wisconsin?
Sure, if you're being
No, but
right.
those are the new cheeseheads. We're talking about the old.
Yeah, the old
cheeseheads.
cheese-
Sorry, I thought you said
Cheese
chief
heads.
heads.
Yeah,
Chief
chief
heads.
heads.
'Cause
Ye
they all
oldie
chief,
cheese
big
Keef
pipe.
heads, like yogurt.
Oh, I thought you meant like Kid Keef or something like that.
Yeah,
That's a rapper, isn't it?
Keef.
Chief
That's
Keef?
Wiz Khalifa.
Keef.
Chief Keef.
Fuck, I don't know anything about music apparently.
Chief Keef.
Yeah. He's the
Sounds
main
like a-
Keef.
It's a true Keef.
Is that a real thing?
That's
Yeah.
a real Keef.
That's a real.
There's also Kiefer Sutherland.
Yep, there is that.
The Keefer, not Keith, the Keefer.
The Kiefer.
Too many
Sutherland.
Keefs, not enough Kindians.
Wait, you didn't move to Cleveland, did you?
That's not okay
No.
in Canada.
Right.
It's okay.
America, anything goes. So.
They made it great again. It's all fine.
We heard that song by what's his name? I don't
Chief
remember.
Keef?
Yeah, Chief Keef.
Wiz
Anything
Keef
goes.
Khalifa.
Yeah, Chief Weef Khalifa.
You're rhyming now.
Okay.
You're doing good.
Yep. Spit into that. But yeah, so you moved to the Colorado's, the home of the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, we have family there and friends and they have
Built-in
comedy.
babysitters?
Yeah, we have built-in babysitters, so we moved back.
Yeah.
Because my
That's-
wife got let go from Target Canada because Target Canada got let go from existence. Yeah.
Let go from
Damn it, I
Canada.
signed up for my Big Red Rewards card.
And
And they left.
Zero
Your,
rewards.
Yeah.
your throbbing red rewards card.
How's your credit? Still
Oh, it's a little threatening, this card.
Yeah.
Put it away.
Big Red Reward. I was so excited. They put all these big red balls outside of things.
I hear that.
So, what's your wife doing now?
She works for a company that provides kidney dialysis to poor and sick people.
Oh, nice.
Mostly poor.
Mostly poor.
Mostly poor people.
You don't need
necessarily
this.
Sick, just very poor.
You don't need this, but we'll give it to you anyway.
If you have insurance, please come into our office.
It's very nice. It's a building made of glass and metal.
Yeah, Nick visited
Yeah.
Denver and
I
saw
stopped
where
by.
she
Did
works.
you get a complimentary dialysis?
No. They offered me one, but I was like,
They're like, let us just stick you. Where? In your wallet.
yeah. I'm like, no. We've got this covered up north.
You
I'm
didn't
good."
bring your international insurance, so it wouldn't
No,
have worked
I
anyway.
did not.
There's a big showroom with all the 2017 models in it.
But
Look at this
Dilator.
yeah,
Dilator 3000. Boom, boom, boom.
I had a lot of fun.
The organ grinder.
We'll clean your urine in an hour flat.
Yeah. Is that your logo?
Yes.
clean your urine.
That's
That's Chief Queef does that, right? Is that what he does? He cleans out
Wait,
urine.
what does he do?
Cleans urine in an hour.
Perfect.
He sucks it out and spits it back out, and it's clear. And it's like Gatorade or something. Is it in you?
Yeah,
It was.
To give.
Yeah, there you go.
So we moved there, and instead of being half-assed about comedy, I'm full-assed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got both your feet in the pond.
Hell yeah. It's
Right up to your ass.
It's all, man. It's cold.
Yeah, it's
Two
right up in
cheeks
there.
to the wind.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So your average day, you wake up
Oh, I do, yeah.
to the sound of children screaming.
Oh, big time.
Yeah. And then you get out and you make them stop screaming through whatever means necessary.
Sleeper holds.
Yeah.
Staircase.
And then you finish.
Postnatal abortion. Down the staircase with you.
They didn't all watch the video, Tom.
But then you do your dad things
Yeah,
and you write your jokes,
yeah.
your jokey jokes.
Practice piano,
Practice
exercise.
piano. Yep. You actually we did a comedy show in Colorado in a bookstore.
It was an open mic.
Yeah, where I
Wait, hold on a second. People in Colorado don't read.
Yeah, but it was a bookstore.
Well,
That's
they
why they do
have-
comedy shows in bookstores.
That's why all the books were on the shelves, and the floor, and the trash,
and on fire.
and in the fireplace.
But yeah, so you played piano while I told jokes, and then we both got naked and I freestyle rapped with an audience member.
Yeah,
That's a comedy show.
I don't know. Sounds like a Kiz Khalifa show.
Everybody left with clean urine. It was great.
It was perfect.
There was a spider and they had coffee.
What about the porn star Jizz Khalifa?
Jiz Khalifa. He does not.
What about him?
I don't think he was at that show.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
I just want to make another dumb pun. I'm done.
We,
Goodbye.
we know.
But yeah, the Denver comedy scene seemed very inviting, very friendly. Everyone was really nice except for like 2 people.
Yeah, they're still there.
Well, who were dicks?
And then
Wow.
what was her? What was the other name? God damn it!
How,
about
how are
Tammy
they dicks
Days?
to you?
The guy, the fat,
Jeff
ugly
Muntz?
kid that didn't have many jokes and was really unoriginal and kept
Ed
reading
Years?
from the same book on. I don't know. I didn't take his friend request.
You're gonna have to be way more specific.
He had a rash on his face.
That's all they are.
He had a rash
No.
on his face. He seemed a little inbred.
I know
He
who
was
that
fat.
is.
He had baggy legs.
Yep.
So how are these people
Baggy
mean
legs
to you?
is such a good way to put it. So how did you get that?
How did I get that? That voice?
Yeah, no, that gig. No,
That gig? That sweet gig? I got
What
that.
can you do for me?
Yeah, what can you do for me? How can you help me?
Well, I think you just got promoted on the list.
I sure did.
How did, actually, we should talk
You're
about
working
that.
Wednesdays now?
No.
Because the list that they have there works strange.
That's like
'cause
management, man.
all of the comics in Denver are assigned a rank, which I thought was weird.
It's interesting how you have thought of this
I've
because
really
I haven't
zeroed
really
in on
I
it.
haven't really put it together, but it's fairly accurate.
Because there's a list, and they had all of these comedians' names, and beside the names, they had A, B, and C, beside all these different names. And then beside my name, it just said Canadian.
Oh.
And I was like, okay.
You meant comedian, right?
Like, if you are an A rank, they give you this amount of time, and you're in the rotation more. And a B rank, you get some.
It's
and
a
C rank
meritocracy,
gets-
sort of.
I see.
So, like, they all
not
are
anymore, it's
assigned a rank, so they kind of, like...
So Aaron is an Obergruppenführer.
Wow.
What? Is that a worm? What?
Yes, German.
That was many
for
words
Nazi.
strung together.
Okay, that's German for Nazi. I figured that was just Nazi.
No.
But yeah, Aaron just jumped up the rank at the comedy club there.
So what are you now, an A?
I'm a B.
He's a B. He's a
But
solid B.
I mean,
A strong B.
Yeah, he's a strong B.
yeah, I
King
go in
B.
there and
Strong B with a good A game.
Yeah, I'm working on A. But it's interesting. So it's not like the comics, or what do you have here? Comic strip.
Yeah.
You can show up here, and this is phenomenal because this doesn't exist anywhere I've ever been. You show up on their amateur night, or even probably on a. Could you show up on a weekend? For a guest spot, if you were a familiar face?
If you're a familiar face, yes. If Dino knows you and has faith in you, yeah.
You can basically show up at the comedy club here, especially on the amateur night, and just go on to a professional stage and do 5 minutes.
In front of an
In
audience.
front of some, even if it's a meager audience, you can still do that. And that's a great experience because the two cities I've been, Minneapolis and Denver, they have these premier clubs, which are like the top-notch clubs where
They're A clubs.
They're A clubs, and you call in Denver. You call a hotline, and for your first time you want to get on, it takes 2 months to get a 2-minute spot. After that, you continually call, and you call every week. By the way, is what I mean to say. You call every week, and then on the second time, you get 3 minutes, and that could take another 2 months. And then you continually call in, and every quarter you might get one more spot. So they rotate about, 200 people in this C spot. So it goes newbie, C, and then B, which gets about every 6 weeks, and you get 4 minutes. And then you go to A, you get a 5-minute spot. And by that time, you may be guest hosting the amateur show. You may be able to get some weekend work. But they also, after that, have the Almost Famous list, which is like an internship. So after about 4 or 5 years on average of calling into the club, you're basically on their radar for promotion, which would be paid. And they promote about 5 people every 2 years to their roster to do the Comedy Works Club. And I've seen that twice in my entire comedy career.
See, mine, I just had Canadian written beside mine, and I got to go up and do like a bunch of times.
Yeah, so they have
it.
one guest spot. They have about 40 to 50.
Now no Canadians are never.
Right. No, Nick crushed. It was crazy. People were openly like, "Hey, that was great. Next time you're in town, or if you're available now."
Yeah. What the?
And what I experienced in Edmonton is you have a high demand for comedy here, but you don't have a ton of. You do have talent, but you don't have.
No.
Why were you
Let's
looking at
not.
Sean when you said that? Why are you looking at Sean saying you don't have a ton of
I
talent?
feel good all of a sudden. I'm obviously a Q-rate comic.
You'll get to that B spot one of these days. Questionable comedy styling.
Well, I don't stand for quitter, I can tell you that much.
But you guys have a lot of demand for comedy, especially with corporate stuff, and and not a ton of comics that can fill that.
Well,
time.
It's strange too, because in Edmonton, like you can start out doing comedy and start getting like money, not like huge, like paying your rent or anything, but in the first few years of doing comedy, while you're developing, you can start getting paid.
Right.
And
it's super, and that's unique. I've never seen anything like that. I tried to replicate some of the stuff that I did here when I went back, and it's futile.
You
There's
need to
no
turn it all
reason.
to Fahrenheit.
Yeah, right.
That'll
The
work.
conversion,
But
5
like,
nights.
replicate what? Like open mic nights?
Like a hybrid showcase draw where you
Semi-booked.
or have a showcase or have an open mic where like actual people show up. That is unheard of. Like every open mic I've done since Canada is sparsely populated with people that
Usually
aren't comics.
comedians?
It's like 50 comics that come and hang out. And that's who
Work
you're
through
performing
their
to.
shit.
And Denver is great, and Minneapolis is great for the amount of stage time you can get. You can easily do 10, even 15 open mics or shows a week.
Oh yeah, when we were
Like
down
showcase show,
Tons.
like there's probably, I think there's almost 50 in Denver a month. You can do it. You can showcase anywhere on the Front Range for 10 minutes or so, but there's no audience. There's too much going on. It's good for comics, sort of.
It's a common problem in a lot of places, though. Like that's something in Toronto and even in Vancouver a lot is the open mics. You're performing for comics waiting to go.
Yeah,
up.
you dilute the market, and you don't have that problem here. I mean, you have other problems in Edmonton, but
Name them.
You got to roll with the punches.
you're in Canada.
Bring it again?
No, I've started looking up, so I don't have to look directly at him.
Thank God. Because I took this guy out on an opening gig to
man.
think he should betray me
You
like
took him
this.
out.
No way, man. No.
Took
You
about-
like knocked him
Well,
down.
I got to be honest. Gramiak, when I was here,
You don't gotta be honest.
I'm gonna be.
Okay.
You took me under your wing. You were like, you were developing a plan of how you wanted to be a professional comedian.
Yep.
And where that is, I don't
That's
know.
stalled.
But that's okay. But
Very
really, you
professional.
show me this like mentorship. You kind of trusted me with, okay, I see something here. You're not necessarily, a great comedian. That's what you're saying to me.
At least he's honest, right?
Compliment.
No,
I mean,
you,
despite all your failings, you really tried to help me.
not your failings, my failings. You basically said, I'm going to give you a shot, and you gave me this opportunity to kind of take from you.
Sean.
And we had a great
Why
time.
the fuck
Absolutely.
haven't you ever done this for me?
Huh?
You son of a bitch.
Eventually. Well,
It's
the thing
okay.
is,
I've done that
I'm
for
kidding.
Sean.
Yes. Oh
So
my God.
I brought Sean on the road to
But
open
to
for
be
me.
honest, that I that exists, but it's not as it. What's the word? I don't know.
There's no,
I don't
like,
see it
mentorship?
as often.
The
mentorship,
camaraderie is a little
There's
lower.
Is there anybody that like reaches down to pull people up?
That's
Is that
kind
what
of
you
the
do?
thing.
Yeah.
What I'm witnessing now is there's this gap. There are people who have kind
Are
of.
you looking at my teeth?
Is there anyone who,
Is
is there anyone who punches people?
Those weren't even at my mouth.
Well, I'm sure you'll figure it out. You know, how to get shit in your mouth.
Aiming right for the gap. Sorry, there's a gap.
Yeah, get that big old yapping gap. But yeah, there's a lot of people scrambling to do the same stuff, and not a lot of people kind of who have been there to reach back and say, hey, listen, let me help you out, or this is what you need, or I value what you've got. There's a lot of people doing the same stuff, and it's hard to just identify one person who really stands out. There's a lot of people are talented. A lot of people aren't, but a lot of people are, and it's hard for somebody to come back and say, hey, let's do this together, or I can help you achieve better things.
In Denver, I noticed that there was some strange show formats that I had never seen before. We did the Deer Pile, and there was, I think, 5 hosts for that show.
Yep, they're four hosts, the fine gents, and one of the guys. So it's Sam Talent, Nathan Lund, Bobby Crane, and Chris Charpentier. Those guys are like the hallmark of Denver comedy, like the underground comedy scene, and they invented that show. And before that show, there wasn't a whole lot to do, and they kind of built up this whole comedy scenes, like from a grassroots perspective, kind of grew this buzz about, hey, Denver's not just a flyover anymore. We should stop here and do our show. So you got people like Rory Scoville and Kyle Kinane and all sorts of people from L.A. and New York who would come back and set up shop. Yeah. So they'd do the comedy club, and then they would go do these little shows that were kind of popping up all over. And the Deer Pile, which these guys moved out, Chris Charpentier was just on Jimmy Kimmel like 2 weeks ago, or last week, something like that.
Yeah, good mustache.
Yeah, solid hair. Sam Talent, which you guys are
worked
going to be
with Sam
hearing.
Talent.
Yeah, you guys are going to be hearing that guy a lot soon.
I've got a show with him in Vegas coming up in September.
Yeah, so he moved from Denver to Vegas because his wife is going to medical school out there. So he's gone, but all he does is tour. All he does is, and he's the guy who you'd show up in a city and be like, "Oh, I'm from Denver." They're like, "Do you know Sam Talent?" You could do that in any city in the U.S. He's everywhere, and he's the kind of guy who at one point would like take people under their wing and like, this is how we tour. And he kind of brought some people up with him, and then those people kind of stopped reaching out, I think, in Denver. But so anyway, and then Bobby Crane quit, and Nathan Lund is still in Denver, but he's basically...
Isn't he the undefeated comedy champion of Denver?
He is, yeah, and he's got a big old championship belt. And no, these guys are heroes in the community, and they come back all the time, and they're gods among us.
Not Crane, you
great.
said he quit.
Yeah, Bobby Crane, he quit.
Yeah, Bobby Crane.
But he also won, like, you guys have Funniest Person with a Day Job. He won the New Faces contest at Comedy Works, which is like, I think this year they have 168 people in the contest, but like 230 entered or something. There's a huge waiting list. It runs from May to October.
God.
And last year was their 20th year doing it. Their grand prize was $2,000, and then that person who won isn't even now on the roster spot at the
wait.
Wow.
May to October to earn $2,000
once a week.
Shit.
And you're not even performing once a week. You get your first round, which is each show is 12 people. You'll go your second round, which is 2 shows with 10 people, and then the final round. So you're only doing 4 shows if you make it to the finals.
Damn.
over the course of whatever that is, 6 months.
Does everybody in Denver know that you can make way more months working a regular job than $2,000?
But that's the thing. It's a
Wait. Yeah, that's true.
what
Just
kind
curious.
of job?
Any
Do you have to pay for health insurance?
Talking about one of those jobs down at the dock.
Yeah, rough trades.
Oh, rough trades.
I got my ticket in the rough trade.
I'm an apprentice. Here's my papers.
Yeah.
The
Open your mouth.
Denver comedy scene was incredible, though. When I went down there, there was another show that was a potluck comedy show.
Yep.
Where all the comedians would bring like candy or pretzels or everything, and then they would go on stage. So you just bring some food and you leave it there, and there's like this giant table of food for comics, and you perform in this bar where like somebody's being stabbed out back, and there's like a cop siren and everything, but there's all this food and like it was very like it seemed like it was building a community, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
And destroying a community at the same time.
Oh yeah, but like that was tangential.
I need water for my diabetes.
They and like the diversity of the comics was really good there. You had some terrible comedians, but you had some like very funny, incredible ones. A skinny guy named Andrew with the fro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at the Lions.
Ringing
Lair.
endorsement from
Andrew
Aaron
with the
Maslow.
fro. Andrew. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
think about it.
But yeah, I don't know. There were so many comics there. The guy, Brent Gill,
Yep.
he was awesome. I really liked him.
Yeah, he's one of those like grassroots guy time.
And he's been touring all over.
Yeah,
He
he's.
does touring in Canada now too.
Oh,
so-
really?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
Good.
he's in with Yuck Yucks a little bit. There's like just an incredible amount of stage time down there, and like the club was so good. It's one of the few cities I've been to where they have their A-list club is so successful that they made a second A-list club, so that when they come and they tour, they can do 1 week at like the north part of the town and 1 week at the south part.
That's sort of accurate. I mean, the logistics are more like if you are a TV credited star, you can do the South Club for Comedy Works because it's in the suburbs, and that's the only way to get people to come out to a comedy show is that you've been in their living room once before and they know you. They won't come to their downtown club
Yeah.
because they're scared. But like David Tell was just there.
Nice.
Tom Papa's. I mean, just like big name comedians, but yeah, they're more of a draw to the suburbanites.
So getting into like you're doing comedy again in Denver, comparing it sort of to Edmonton, because when you were in Minneapolis, you didn't do as much comedy. Do you feel like you kind of backslid a bit?
I definitely.
You atrophied?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I thought I was still a comedian, but I really was going less. I was
You were a stay-at-home comedian.
Yeah, well, a pocket comedian,
Yeah.
a Twitter comedian, the
Ooh.
Kelly Saladuca
Kelly
type.
Saladuca. Yeah.
No, you go to a different place, and more than when you're on the road, when you go to a different place, you have to show people that you're funny. You have to show people that you're nice. You have to show people that you're worth their time, and that takes months, if not. I think before a year, I'd only been on like one showcase show, so only one time in a year did somebody come and say, "Hey, would you like to do this special show?" Which was in front of like 20 people that were not paying attention. I mean, it's just. And now I'm getting a lot more opportunities in that regard, but it takes a long time. And I had the same experience in Minneapolis, and at the time I didn't have the energy or I didn't think I needed to put in the energy, the effort to do it. So I don't remember what your question was, but that's.
But you talked for a long enough
Yeah, I
time.
got around.
That's an answer. In Edmonton, you started with Claire Belford, one of the best rooms, the Empress comedy. And one piece of advice that was told to me early on in comedy was if you want more stage time, start a room. You in Colorado have started a few rooms, haven't you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and they failed miserably.
You just can't recreate what you did with the Empress.
No, there's something special about that room. Kathleen McGee was a huge part of that because I think the Empress approached her, which means they were looking for professionals to come in and run it. And
But they got you.
They got second-rate street trash.
Stay-at-home street trash.
And Claire. And then, with that connection with Kathleen, because she was behind it, and the support from the bar, we were able to get some pretty successful comedians as well as very emphatic and successful local comedians who really enjoy comedy and who enjoy life.
And note that he's looking directly at me.
Yeah, for those that can't see.
Yeah.
The blind.
Yeah. But let's also point this out. The one thing that always struck me when you were doing shows there is at the end of the show, you used to walk around to all the tables and say hello and see how folks were doing and whatnot. And you really built a crowd. People wanted to come back.
It's like he wasn't hugged enough as a kid or
Oh,
something.
hey, if you could take that, you can take that feeling of desolation and make it work for you. That's always good.
Yeah, I treated it like I was a part of that restaurant or that bar
You
as a
bet.
manager, and I did replicate that.
It's like you were selling software to those guys.
Yeah, they're like, we don't want any, but we're glad we saw the demo.
Yeah.
And it was, that's the kind of energy I wanted in the room, and that's one part of it. If you want to build a crowd, not only do you have to be completely invested in the room, you need a lot of other things working too. You need the bar to be, or whatever venue, you need them to be invested. It helps to have somebody on the ground, like hanging flyers. It seems old school, but you can't just Facebook about it. You have to have a place that has foot traffic. You have to have a place that is accessible by very easy means. You know, Empress is right on like one of the biggest walking malls in Edmonton.
Walking mall.
Well, I don't know what you'd call it, like a
street.
pedestrian
What-
street. But there's a lot of people. It's right by a university.
An avenue, technically speaking.
Yeah, technically.
Yeah, but it's central. It's got a lot of things going for it, and it would take a huge hit to make it unsuccessful. Like there'd have to be a lot of balls dropped. Gramiak.
Well,
Are you saying that because he's old and his testicles are just ascending?
He's got them daddy clackers.
It's like his,
Dipping
it's
into
like
the
his balls
toilet.
are trying to escape his dick. They're so floppy.
Just growing new kneecaps.
I'll have you know, Lucha, that I have a very taut scrotum.
Oh.
The whole idea
He
is
pins it back.
Like well educated.
Yeah, actually.
It reads every night.
It's got 3 degrees and
Separation.
Working on its masters.
From those
It's
balls.
working on its master.
Working on its
It
masters
was
at
defending-
baiting.
Talking about heat, actually.
It's
degrees
defending
of-
its thesis next week.
Yeah, you can check that out. It'll be defending its thesis at the Empress Ale House.
That's right. Exactly.
Professor Ball Drop.
That's right.
I don't know why I said that.
But yeah, it would. Empress is it has a lot of things going for it that successful rooms have, and mostly that the people that own that venue love that comedy show, and that is about 90% of any comedy show.
And I was asked to headline on the 16th of July, which is the 5-year anniversary of the first time I took stand-up comedy seriously. So,
Who
yeah.
gives a shit? No.
Just promoting it. Showtime is 9:00. So Drake can
Congratulations.
come check it out.
Yes, Drake.
Drake.
Is he gonna wheel up? and-
Yeah.
Well, Drake's from Russia. We can only
Yeah.
assume.
Ooh. there
No,
you
he's
go.
from Southern Ontario or something like that.
Really? Oh, is
Yeah,
it
it's a
Drake?
519
Is this the
one.
same Drake?
Okay. He actually spent
How do you
most of the
know?
conversation saying that it wasn't that Drake, and I was like, I know because Drake calls Toronto the 6, which means he has a 416 number, and your number is 519. I can do math.
Yeah, you're right. He calls it the 6 because he has a 416 number.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why he does it.
And he would call it the 9 if he had a 519.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm
it's
understanding
because
rap.
416 was the traditional.
We're learning a little bit about rap, guys.
What's happening?
Good. There was
Rap now.
and I don't mean to take away from Kelly Selaluka's limited mobility, but there's a comedian. There's a comedian in Denver that has no legs,
What?
and
Better work harder to catch up.
That's right.
That's my thing.
I know, but also like no wheelchair or anything.
Huh?
He's got a rascal.
Does he
Like-
float?
No, walking on hands.
Baron Harkonnen.
He
Walking on
has.
hands, swinging around. It scared me. Like, well, he scared me.
It would be a little unsettling.
I turned around and it was like, pardon me, and I like looked and nobody was there, and then like hands hit the ground and a torso swung around me, and I was it was very unnerving. So yeah, you take your
Hey, I'm good. I'm good.
you're spending a lot of money on
That's right.
shoes. I understand.
You're
I'm
gonna give
sure-
it to him. You're gonna concede. He can have it. He can have the no leg game.
You have a good
I'm
parking spot.
There's a comedian, Kelly felt bad that he had no shoes until he felt it.
Until I met a man.
Found a comedian with no feet.
I met a man with no hips.
Have you heard of this new ghost comedian? No life. I'll see myself out.
I don't think Scott's technically
I really
That's
like
me. He's
the club down there too, because the green room was set up amazingly, because you get to sit in the green room and they have like televisions that show you what's going on in the club and everything.
Yeah.
And they also have something really rare, because they have like big burly security men there, and when you come in you pay, and then they take your phone, they put it in a bag, they zip the bag up and lock the bag, and you can unlock the bag when you leave.
And then everybody fucks, right?
No,
Oh,
no, that's the key.
They pick both cell phones out of a bowl.
Keys, right, okay.
But so
And
and
then
then
pulling someone else's phone.
yeah.
That's
Whose
Ba-
phone did I get?
Yeah, it's so.
Does your
and then
password
they
match?
take you and they seat you. But they take you and they seat you, and you have to sit in the front row. So there's always an audience, and the audience is always paying attention. And like the audience is phenomenal. It is
That's
great.
utter bullshit. If you don't have someone texting in the middle of your show, how are you learning to keep their attention?
Or if somebody shows up way too drunk, they're just like, "No, don't be here. Go
That's
away."
outrageous.
As
That's
opposed
the
to
best
like
part of a show.
having somebody smoking meth in the back of Yuck Yucks.
If
Oh,
hold
yeah,
on
that was
a
awesome.
second.
Brainiac would see no shows.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's his
He
target audience.
He
Yeah,
needs that little
exactly.
Twitter break in the middle where they can all.
You
give
mean
him a Yelp
tweaker
review.
break?
Yeah.
Tweaker.
Hey. Don't go insulting my people.
Oh yeah, Kelly, you've been out of comedy for a little while. You missed a guy was smoking meth in Yuck Yucks, and another guy whipped his dick out and just started peeing while he was
Right
sitting
on
at
the
Yuck
floor.
Yucks. Well, he was at the seat watching comedy. He was like too high on a ketamine, I guess.
I thought it was because the comedians were too funny and he just couldn't leave.
Yes, he just pulled his dick out
That's
and
never
started
happened
peeing
here.
right there.
That's astounding.
Yeah, you've missed a lot of stuff while I'm on stage.
Did he get kicked out?
No, they didn't
No,
know
hey,
until
it's
the
fine.
end of the show. End of
Hey.
the show, the person at the table beside was like, "I just want to point out that man peed on the floor."
Thanks for
I'm
letting
amazed
us know.
that Kelly actually thinks that he missed that. Like you missed that, Kelly. Oh yeah, I missed that.
They're gonna have to alter their opening announcement. Like, please keep your laughter to a maximum and your chatter to a minimum and your urination to a 0.
And your dick in your pants.
And your dick in your pants.
Dick in your pants.
Please keep your laughter to the maximum, but your dick in your pants the entire show.
Wow.
Yep.
Comedy Works takes your phone.
And
Yuck
your
Yucks
dick
provides a
outside.
catheter.
Yeah.
And keep your dick out at a minimum.
Should be
Dicks
easy.
out for Harambe.
Yeah, but the way Comedy Works is like set up and laid out and everything, was it started by a comedian?
I don't know.
Because it seems like it's like an amazing room
it's-
for comedy.
It's in its 35th year.
Oh my
and
God,
the
that's
person
almost
who owns it
36
now.
years.
Her name is Wendy Curtis, and she had a podcast, like 50 episodes, talking specifically about how they run their club. It's
But
called
she's a
How
quitter.
Comedy Works. If you're interested,
But she's a quitter after 50.
well, she's a manager. She was a waitress at a
Didn't
club.
manage to have 51, did she?
No, she quit, and she'll continue to quit.
Yeah.
But she's very knowledgeable about the business, and she understands what makes a good room, and they keep it at like 50 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius.
So that's
So
cold.
I'm sensing a pattern here. 50 degrees, 50 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait
What
till
other
that club
50s?
gets to be 50 years old.
Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Trump's America, 50 states.
Yeah. Ooh. Is that how they are?
I don't
That's
know.
what that is.
You should know the numbers.
I should.
Red, white, and blue.
You'd
The
think.
funny things you do. In
How many
America, and this is
stars
you.
are on that flag?
At least 49.
How many stripes?
Like 7?
Oh, I know this.
11?
Do you?
Is
Yeah.
it 7 or 11?
It's 13.
I was pretty close with 7 and 11.
Do you know which ones are red
Don't care.
The ones that aren't blue.
or white? White. So they're on.
Oh, but I'm still right.
They're all the ones with.
How old's America?
It's older.
200.
Because Canada is turning 150, which is a bicentennial and a centennial. Year-old is old.
234 years?
234?
Is that right?
You figure that?
1776? What is the math? I don't know.
1776.
Oh, 31.
It's only 31 years old?
231.
Oh, 231.
321?
Wow, it's been around.
76. Oh, 61. I don't know. I can't. I went to public school in America. How am I supposed to do some sort of simple subtraction?
241.
41. I was in the
241.
area.
Wow, so you guys are like almost
9 years
100
away.
years older than Canada.
That's too bad. I don't understand.
Yeah.
You guys were in the War of 1812. You didn't even exist.
We were just
We were still a
Britain.
colony.
Yeah, we were just
Yes.
We've been not a colony for 150 years.
Mm-hmm.
White people have been
no,
here
we're
for
still,
longer.
Still we're a colony.
Yeah.
Just like a separate dominion. It's stupid.
Don't,
We still have to
don't
have
do this to me
their,
right now.
We still have to have their faces on our money, right?
Yeah.
Have to.
That's
Yeah.
because
Yes.
we want people to hate their money.
Yeah, but you guys, you
Ugh,
have
take it. Ugh.
You guys have paper money, right?
We do have paper money.
And you have Andrew Jackson on your money, which is great.
Whereas all we have is large stone coins that we have to roll down the street to.
And we have ice. We have chipped ice money for like larger bills.
Yeah.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, I know. That's how we
Yeah,
deal
yeah.
with our $1,000. They're made
What?
of ice.
Yeah.
Our
and,
$1,000. Every time you get $1,000, you have to pay somebody richer than you.
Oh
In
yeah,
America, you just give it.
sounds about
Trump's
right.
America.
Yeah, you just give it to the police. Or,
Whereas we eat snow cones.
You give it
for
to
the
Sting,
Yeah.
the lead singer of the Police.
Yeah, that's who.
That's
From
it, yeah.
Ugh.
Great Britain.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
Is he on our money?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No?
He's on the $1,001 bill.
That makes sense. Yeah, made out of ice.
Yeah. It's meth.
Meth ice. So you're balls deep in America.
Big time.
You've been in there. You're a B rank. You're a B rank comedian.
Till I die.
Yep. So you're like a lieutenant. Is that a B?
No,
We
I'm
call
like,
them lieutenants.
I'd be like in the, like there's probably 75 people in that pool. So it goes from like 200 and, I'm sure, actually it's probably like 1,000.
It's like One Punch Man.
Okay, so you go from.
But there's
one
probably like
punch man.
200 people in this C set of people.
Okay.
Probably 75 people in this B set, and then less as you move up.
Smaller in A.
Smaller.
Okay.
So do you have a platoon of sub comedians you can order around?
Yeah. Now are you in charge of C's?
Can
Yeah.
you send them off to sacrifice their lives?
Yeah,
Or to get you a coffee?
yeah,
Like you're their boss.
yeah,
Do you tell them to fight other comedians from other clubs?
yeah.
Oh, great.
Do they give you a shirt that says like Comedy Works B rank comedian or something?
Or does
Yeah.
it's just a rank
Is it
on
a
your
golf
sleeve?
shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, you should get a tattoo. You're just yes-anding everything. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
King of the Bees.
Well, this is how it is.
Mhm.
You guys,
We just know.
We're just fucking nailing it
Figured
Yeah,
it
you
out.
guys are
right now.
yeah, I order a lot of people around and wear the shirt, and I have a tattoo and balls deep.
Yep. Balls deep. Balls
Tattoo
deep.
say balls deep?
Balls deep in America.
It
That's what the
says
B's
balls
for.
beep. And it's, I'm not
That's what
that.
the B is for.
It's weird that you got it on your chest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I move up in regular, I'll say all's deep because there's just no
All's
more
deep.
B's.
Calls deep.
Like everybody's
Oh, that is what the letter is.
Yeah, this is kind of how I do jokes. People are like, here it comes. No.
It's like a whole bunch of people without arms doing the wave.
Yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I don't know. I'm learning a lot.
Hey, you made it to B.
I know.
Yeah,
By
that's
some-
a passing grade.
It just means that I've done it.
Are you allowed to demote C's to a D?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the lowest.
Do you rip the tattoo off? Of
No, the
them?
lowest is newbie.
Newbie is the lowest.
Right.
Oh,
Which is a
yeah.
racial slur in some countries.
It is? Oh, new. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got that figured out. There we go.
Right.
Oh,
That-
God.
Boy.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't
What
wanna
did I inadvertently do? I don't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like
Aaron
that.
Maslow's a man that'll call a spade a spade.
No.
No? Call a Jack a
Oh
queen?
no, the lucha wants to jail due to some sort of fight involving
Will
a
you-
chair.
Call an ace a king?
If you win the
Not
match,
be associated with that.
one of you will have to return from podcasting.
Who's it gonna be?
This
Two
has
of
to be
us.
settled in a 15-foot steel cage. Okay.
Well, no, I just.
We're in
doing
Canada.
my jokes
That's
now?
like,
Improv.
Yeah, that went
like-
nowhere fast.
that's like 5 meters.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all just trying to convert it to metric.
Yeah, my whole trip here has been converting stuff. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
32
I'm always telling
degrees
Aaron it's like
times
4
5
o'clock, and
nines.
he's like, what is that in America? I don't know.
Agnostic.
You're agnostic.
No.
As a vegan, you're allowed to be agnostic.
You should be agnostic.
I'm agnostious right now.
Oh man. So Aaron's staying with me when he's up in Canada. We He gets to meet the dogs I'm in charge of.
When does he get to interview you on this podcast?
Oh, go, Aaron. Do. We'll just do that right now.
What's the deal?
Let's order up some more pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get real sleepy.
Yeah.
Unfunny.
There's not a question that Nick hasn't answered that I have.
That's not true. Hey,
How
Nick,
old- how
have
old
you
are
ever killed any women?
Nope.
Gross.
answered it.
Nope. Never
Now
killed a
there's
woman.
now there's not a question he hasn't answered.
There you go. Nope. Never gonna kill a
Well, you've
woman.
answered
old are
that
you?
several times.
I've answered that a lot. How old am I? Older than I used to be.
Not really an answer.
Yeah, kind of a.
It's funny how you're like somebody's grandfather sometimes.
I don't know. I eat a lot of licorice and hard candies. I like Scotch.
He makes a
Mints
lot of
and-
references to the Boer War that are very telling.
Yeah, a lot of inside baseball back from like before baseball.
Inside Eaton rugby.
Yep, you betcha. Let's just say I've changed a lot of axles and killed a lot of horses.
Was it Sarah
good.
Jessica Parker?
Oh God, no!
Christ.
Her security won't let me get near her
That's fair.
after all the letters. There's no way.
There's only 26.
I suppose that is the alphabet.
This is one long dad joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
This whole thing.
Oh yeah, I've been telling fucking terrible puns.
I've been given. I had to give Aaron the.
Talking about life in general. This is
This is all one
Yeah.
big
it
dad
came to a
joke.
resolution of all when at this podcast.
Everybody's
My life
mom
sucks.
got
This is-
fucked by somebody.
No, it's probably
Not
historically.
Jesus.
Maybe she was just a good liar. Sorry, I should say every like
Real
non-fiction character.
But you can probably trace the world's first joke was probably, "Hi, hungry, I'm dad."
What?
Well, because dad jokes are universal across every culture for all of human history. So that means, in order to get laid, somebody had to tell a dad joke in order to become a dad.
Yeah, that's how that happens.
What came first, the dad joke or the dad?
Yeah.
well, the dad had to come to be a dad, so he definitely came first.
But the dad joke.
And we're slowly deflating James.
No, it's good. I liked it.
There's that horse you wanted to kill. And what a mare she was.
Oh, Aaron, you're a dad.
Yep.
Yeah, you got a lot of kids.
So did you tell a dad joke first, or did your wife let you fucking jizz up inside of it first?
Yeah.
Which one came first?
Aaron, didn't you meet your wife and then you fought off a guy at a party with a fire extinguisher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
How'd that
Tell us
happen?
the story.
This is my favorite drunk Aaron Maslow story.
I was really drunk. Back when you could count how many drinks I had. And, I went to a party in college. My wife came. Well, she was my girlfriend at the time. And we were in this house, and it was very crowded. And I tried to escape the masses by going to this upstairs apartment, and I found a fire extinguisher. And I thought it would be fun to like make a smoke machine in the party. And I was like, "Hey, everybody!" And everybody kind of looked up at me, and I sprayed it. And fire extinguishers are very like poison dirt, like when
Poison dirt?
like when Syria throws a like party popper party, like oh what.
Yep.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. It was gas. It was very poisonous gas.
It's compressed nitrogen that moves oxygen away from you.
Right, and so people's faces were very wide open, like, what is this person doing? And it just rained into their eyes and mouths, and they were like trying to get out of this house because they thought it was an emergency, which it was. Apparently there was a fire or at least a smoke machine, and they like were jumping out of windows, and I was like an old lady with a broom, but with a fire extinguisher, like chasing them out of the house, like, come back to me. And I went out in the front yard, and I was like, where's everybody going? And
You got this really fun poison machine.
yeah, but I was in the wake of it all. I didn't really see. It was all ahead of me, and the guy came up to me. He's like, "Dude, you fucked up big time." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You can't just spray a fire extinguisher at people." And I was like, sprayed his leg. I mean, I sprayed it at him. I was like, "Yeah, watch this." And and he said, "I'm gonna hit you in the face if you don't stop." And he started to count down.
Oh, you did the mum
This
count?
guy sounds really patient.
5.
He started at 10. Like, he understood how drunk I was. And then, like, without any warning, he punched me.
Gives her the warning.
9, 7, punch.
I only remember up to 3.
There wasn't even 8.
Yeah. No, he counted. And so I got knocked out. And
And that's
I-
the night you got your wife pregnant the first time.
well, funny you should say that, because I was. And no, I blacked out just for a few seconds, and when I woke up, I was on my back, but my wife was clambering over me to punch this dude in the face, and so her and then the group of guys I was with were just brawling with the people that were at this house.
People who punched you because you did try and poison him.
Right? I don't.
You're not the hero of this story.
I'm not a hero.
The
I'm a
guy
piece of
who your
shit.
wife
I mean,
attacked.
to be
My
fair,
wife is a hero of anything. She protected my
using
honor.
Using a fire extinguisher does not make you a hero.
Yeah, I never
every
said
time.
anything about me being a
You s-
hero. In fact, I don't even tell people I have children. I don't want to embarrass them.
You
wait, I did
started
tell-
the fight
That's gonna
with
be
chemical
awkward
warfare.
when
It
you
was
show up at a
bad.
place with a bunch of kids. They're like, "These aren't mine."
Yeah, like whose are they? Like I'm renting them. They're on loan from the Louvre. But yeah, so she went after this guy and
Did
so,
your honor.
Yeah, and so we got hitched up
Yep.
eventually.
Yeah.
Good story.
Unified by her willingness to defend your crime.
Yeah, and she continues to this day to
Cover up for you.
cover my
Yeah,
tracks.
you were expecting to do that more often. You need someone to back you up.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna be somebody. I'm gonna have to ruffle some feathers.
So, like, being drunk though in America, the one comedy show we did, it was $1 a beer at the Deer Pile.
Okay, that's fucked up.
That actually was a donation base, so you paid $1 just because you wanted to.
Oh, you paid $1.
That was
yeah.
free.
It was
beer.
free to beer to drink.
Yep.
And that was pretty common.
No.
Like,
So are we heading to America right now?
It was
I will give you the beer is much less expensive than here,
like
but it's
every
not.
show I went to, people were just giving me beer, and I wasn't drinking it.
Oh, that might be right.
Like people just kept giving me, and I'm like, no, thank you. And then like they would just put it in front of me, and I'm like,
We'll just leave
hell?
it here. If it disappears, no big deal.
Yeah, and people just kept like, and yeah, at that one, people kept putting it in my hand. I was just giving them to you, and you're like
And you were
little
putting them in
messed up
your
brother.
mouth?
Yeah, I have a habit.
Yeah, I was
Hulk
giving
Dad.
you the beer and taking the fire extinguisher away.
Yeah, Hulk Dad.
From our last episode, you'll remember entitled Hulk
At the
Dad.
comedy show, Bill Cosby kept giving me beer.
Oh, boy.
He's not a comedian.
Yeah, but he was at the comedy show.
But yeah, beer was nuts down there. It was
Oh, it's
crazy.
super cheap. Food is super cheap.
Yeah,
And if it's made with corn, it's plentiful.
yeah.
Good luck finding a vegetable that isn't corn based.
Yeah, what's it like being a vegan in America?
It's pretty good. It's all
A lot of corn?
Yeah, we eat a lot of corn at the house.
A lot of corn and
I don't know.
cardboard.
It's probably the same as being a vegan anywhere else, except maybe like a CAFO.
I don't know what that means.
Those big
Is
old.
that a mafia don?
No, it's those big
A factory?
cow factories
Oh, okay.
where they have like a bunch of cows.
Where they assemble cows, yeah.
Yeah, like the IKEA for cows.
Hey, who took a bite out of this brisket? It's going. No, I don't know. It's easy. It's fine.
Yeah.
Cow-based
It's
mystery.
it's.
I just feel like because when I was down in America Town in San Diego, some of the food they had there was phenomenal. It was so good. Like I want to eat it forever and be fat and milk and honey and stuff. It was so good.
yeah.
And then like up here, it's not because we have healthcare, and like they don't want people eating themselves into like heart failure.
I mean, I will say that if whatever you want to eat, you can seek it out in any place. You guys have poutine as your staple. That is French fries
Hell yeah.
smothered in gravy, which
With cheese.
fair, and then cheese.
Cheese curds.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
It's not real poutine
I mean,
unless it has cheese curds.
And
Squeak.
how many servings of that do you guys have a week?
I've,
Maybe?
8.
I have never had
Yeah.
poutine in my
You've
life.
never had poutine?
I'll
yeah.
get the poutine breakfast burger, please.
Coming
Can
right
you
up.
slather that in olive oil?
So Wendy's has that in the States.
The one thing that was
Comes in a bucket, just like me.
I
That's not my wife's name.
That's his other job.
my last name is Bucket.
Oh. So
No,
Aaron,
it's her nickname.
a little while ago, you had an interesting heckler at a show.
Which is cool.
My wife.
Your wife showed up and started heckling you at a show.
So there's this guy and he's an improv guy in Denver, and his big idea was to have a comedy and brewery tour bus. And so what he does is he goes to different comedy shows, usually at breweries, and he takes like 15 to 20 people. My neighbors were looking for a fun thing to do for a birthday, and they rented his bus and had 30 people. So he got this big bus, and my wife was part of that group, and they showed up to a show that I was on a couple weeks ago, and showed up in the middle of the show. Were very loud and obnoxious, interrupted the show, heckled the comedian before me, and then I went up, and they were still kind of chatty, and so I basically told my wife, if you're going to embarrass me, I'm going to embarrass you. And I took off all my clothes. And that was fun.
Yeah.
But it was just good old American fun.
Grabbed a fire hydrant.
Yeah, fire extinguisher in their face.
Blinded a few people.
And the rest was history.
Yeah, that's how it went. No, but she was
I
very
can't
apologetic.
breathe. It was hilarious.
She, yeah, who needs oxygen?
This chemical warfare rules.
Now you get it. It's the American way.
So you started comedy in Denver too, right?
Yeah, I did my first set 7 years ago.
That's more than a half dozen years.
Yeah, that's way more.
Yeah.
I won.
But like a whole.
Yeah, and then dabbled for a little bit, but didn't really kick it up till I got to Edmonton. So maybe probably 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, you popped into Edmonton, and I remember bumping into you October-ish.
Mm-hmm.
We had a little place, Rouge Lounge. They sold wings.
So that's gone, right?
Yeah,
It's gone. It's gone. And yeah, they also had a comedy show. And we did some comedy and that, and then you were like, hey, I don't have any friends, and it's my birthday. Will you please hang out with me? I'm crying. And I was like, fine.
I didn't ask you, though.
No.
The tears
You sorta
did all the
demanded.
talking.
Yeah. You wouldn't stop crying, though. And
Who was
then
the other? Eric Smith? Was that guy?
Eric Smith, yeah.
It was
Who
his
me
birthday,
and Kelly
too, I think.
Saladuca went on tour. We went down to Calgary, did a little or to Red Deer, and did a little road trip with him. And he is the worst comedian to go on a road trip with.
Oh, why? Oh, you said, oh, yeah. I was there.
No. Kelly's a delight. Kelly's a
Well,
delight.
I'm kind of blanking out though. Remember, wasn't he on his phone the whole time?
He sat on
Or
his
was-
phone the whole time there, and then he slept the whole way back.
Yeah, he wouldn't interact with us at all.
And we kept like talking, having a fun time, and we'd talk to him, and he'd go like, huh, what? And take his earphones out.
Oh yeah.
And then we'd repeat it and be like, ah, yeah.
Fucking Hollywood didn't want to interact with anybody.
What the hell?
So he's
Don't be
headlining now.
wordploy.
Yeah. No, he quit comedy.
Oh.
He opened a vape store.
Oh.
That's a
Oh,
real
so he
thing.
always was an asshole.
Confirmed.
I don't know. I gotta say, like, somebody just not saying anything sometimes is preferable to sometimes
That's
when they
true.
say stuff.
What's the name of his vape shop? Has it got a fucking pun name?
Probably. I don't know.
Up in smoke,
Darth
vapes
Vapor.
and vapors. I don't know what that is.
That's a real one in Edmonton, Darth Vapor.
Yeah.
Okay,
There-
that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, in Denver, there's a dispensary and a head shop every 30 feet.
Yeah, your whole
It's
town smells like
ridiculous.
it's a burning bale of weed.
That sounds
Yeah.
miraculous.
It's awesome.
Buy
I mean,
a
I don't
Papa John's.
smoke, and I don't do it very often.
Don't have to.
You don't.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you
That's
don't-
right. You're
But it's-
Contact
it's,
high. No, no,
you
no,
forget
no,
how
no,
kind of
no,
cool
no.
it is. I mean, it's also not cool because the people who smoke weed in general are pieces of shit. But but like
Sean.
Well, I'll
You
say
again, Sean.
Yeah, pay your taxes, Sean.
what I should say is the culture sucks, but the idea of it is cool. Like it's cool to like escape reality for a couple hours
Yeah.
Yeah.
and become the Hulk dad, and then
Are you just saying that?
wake
because-
up in a jail cell.
Hulk Dad drinks. Hulk Dad
Yeah,
doesn't
Hulk
smoke
dad
pot.
drinks. What would pot dad be?
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Pot dad would live on the couch.
He would be the
Yeah.
invisible man.
The Invisible Man.
He would eat his roommate's Doritos. I don't know.
Man, my mom had this boyfriend when I was growing up, and
God, this is gonna be good.
he
Oh, here
smoked
comes the
so much
story.
weed and drank like cool coffee and had the smelliest dog. And his business was selling tie-dyed shirts at festivals.
Jesus Christ.
My mom.
One time he left our oven open because the furnace broke, and he turned on the broiler. And the way our house was set up, the oven was pointed towards the kitchen, and he was in a completely other room on the couch in a blanket. So he wasn't even near the heat source. And anyway, our TV melted that was on our counter. So I don't know.
Our moms had the same boyfriend, I think.
Yeah, I think, so
That's a life hack.
Life hack.
it's not that awesome, and we're all very concerned.
Yeah, no shit.
That's
It's
like
just something that happens, and nobody says
He
anything.
seems like one of the Dukes of Hazzards just never really quite grew up, but he got older. But he's like, he hasn't grown up. He's got a good heart.
No, not the way he drinks.
is he more like Bo or Luke Duke?
Right. Well, right. I don't know. I don't know the
Book
difference.
Duke?
I don't know the difference.
I really.
One's blonde, one isn't.
Yeah, their character is the same.
Who was the cop's assistant?
Like
Enos?
Oh, Bo.
Enos.
yeah, Enos.
Enos like an Enos.
He's like an Enos.
That type of thing. Okay.
No. That's sheriff.
That was Roscoe. That's Roscoe.
P. Coltrane.
Then his deputy is Enos.
Bo. What's the?
But there were 3 deputies.
What's the
those Duke
Bo?
boys.
They're flipping.
Or who's the?
There's Bo and Luke Duke.
Okay, who's the?
I know
cop?
that.
Uncle
Got-
Jesse.
Daisy
Daisy
Duke,
Duke.
Boss Hog,
Boss Hog is who I was thinking.
Sheriff
Boss Hog.
Roscoe,
Yeah.
More like a boss hog.
With his dog Bolt or something like that.
Cooter,
Cooter.
Deputy Enos.
Oh, wow. For those
Yeah,
of you-
Deputy Enos is the one you.
For those of you following along, we're old.
And as
still
Kelly
have no
used to
idea.
say in a famous joke, perhaps Deputy Unt.
Enos and Unt.
I get it.
Oh, it's like jazz. It's not what you're saying. It's what you're not.
Exactly.
Yeah, remember how you hate jazz?
Yeah.
Jazz jokes.
What was the thing I said about jazz? It's it's not about the music they're playing. It's about the music they aren't playing, and you can listen to that at home.
What do you miss about Canada?
You weren't looking at me, but I
Not
get you
comedy.
were talking to me.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at Sean. Sean, what do you miss about Canada?
I miss a lot of
As you descend to dementia, what
Yeah,
do you miss?
I miss a lot of things now, and
I don't remember what I missed. Tell me.
I'm looking forward to forgetting the last 5 hours.
Don't worry, we're gonna edit this down to an
Dementia
hour.
life hack. Anyways,
What do I miss most? They had this oatmeal here. It's like Coach's. It's 7 grains. It's got flaxseed. They don't have that. where I
Sunny
come
Boy.
from. What is it?
Sunny Boy.
Is that what it's called?
I
It's
think
in
that's
a-
what you're talking about.
A blue bag, maybe. And then they
This
had
is our
these.
oatmeal.
They had this vegetable medley. Oh, I like Superstore a lot. Like that was a cool place to shop.
They have Joe Fresh clothing
yeah,
there.
what do you miss about Edmonton that's not food based?
It's like I miss oatmeal. I don't know what flavor.
No, I miss. I really miss the camaraderie. It was cool. Like it was. It was
He
really.
misses that beer costs so much here, like
I
3
miss.
times
I
as
miss
much.
Target not paying my rent. Like that was pretty
Oh,
sweet.
yeah.
Would that happen?
It happened while we were here. We didn't pay rent.
Oh boy.
It was good times, but it was.
You miss
it
your
was,
racist German neighbors?
No, God.
No, you didn't like
I
them?
actually. I wonder if they're still alive.
You want to go
first of
ding
all.
dong dash their house after this?
No, because they might.
Is that
fall.
where you whip out your dicks?
Yeah.
Ding dong, hi, Heinz.
It's where I
and Lily.
whip out my dick
away.
and I throw Mrs. Dash in their face. Ding dong dash.
That's terrible and awful, and you should feel bad.
You should.
yeah.
She was a kooky
They're
lady.
old.
She had well, she was super racist, which was weird because she was a Polish-born person, and she was sold into slavery during the Holocaust to this Polish family, and then was put into this concentration camp. And has all these stories about like the time they ate meat.
Wait, and she was bitter about something?
She was bitter about other people, like race related.
Which
Yeah.
race?
Pick one.
How could
NASCAR.
someone live through that and be judgmental? I don't.
She
They
wasn't
took, the
like
wrong, they took the wrong lessons.
she
from
wasn't
it.
like fuck the Germans because she married a German. So maybe she was.
Well,
like,
she is fuck the
Well,
Germans.
yeah, she's
or
a
a
But
German.
she was like, black people do this and Puerto Ricans. I'm like, you don't have Puerto Ricans here. Oh, Filipinos, big time. Hated on them.
Oh, she must have not liked Tim Hortons at all.
She was a Starbucks gal. But she ate meat one time in the concentration camp, and it turned out to be people. And
Whoa.
she.
What do they taste like?
Soylent Green.
Her problem was she ate a racist and gained their powers.
Oh yeah, you don't eat your races. You gotta get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot how this works.
It was bitter, I'm sure, because
You don't think
we
it
are
would
what
be a
you
little
eat
sweeter
now.
or at least savory?
Probably. Why would I know? I don't know. I didn't ask. I'm not following up with and.
I've heard of this.
What did you think? Is there a Yelp about it?
I really liked Auschwitz's meat soup. It was very, very gritty, but very, very nutritious. What do you mean you're eating the Jews?
So she's not a vegan, eh?
Oh no.
Yeah, because that's an animal
And she,
byproduct.
yeah, that she was, and it was weird. She was trying to be nice to me. She'd cook me food, and I'm like, I just don't eat meat or dairy products. And she's like, "There's no meat in this butter chicken."
Wait, she was cooking butter chicken?
Yeah, for me. Like
So
a
a
huge
racist was enjoying Indian food.
Oh yeah, big time. Like
Nobody
culturally,
makes butter chicken like an old Polish
I
lady.
had no idea what she was doing. But I'm sure she's alive
Yeah?
and fine.
Yeah, hate never dies.
Hate never dies.
I know.
She like
Exactly.
broke her arm trying to move a boat.
No
Okay,
need to go
whoa.
into detail on that.
We got to get her on the podcast, man. This is fucking amazing.
Yeah, she would be. I don't know if she could make the stairs, but you could carry part of her down in.
The talking part. Did she come apart?
Yeah, she detaches her head.
Yeah.
You got to pull it out of her ass.
Oh,
We just reinflated James.
Oh, God.
No, I kind of wonder what they're up to, but I don't miss it. And her husband was a cool dude. He was.
He was?
I mean, he
Past
wasn't.
tense?
For a racist or for...
Well,
For an SS
I don't
officer.
think he was. Yeah.
Colorado in a drought?
I don't think technically, but it was for many years leading up to the last.
But now you're all good?
2 years or so.
You got better?
It's getting better.
Yeah?
They
That's
still have
good.
water restrictions.
Don't like that.
Well, that's how it is, man. It's the high plains, high desert.
When I was there, we went to a mountain, and we wandered around a mountain.
Nice.
We looked around a mountain.
Was it Red Rocks Amphitheater?
Yep, that's where it was.
Yeah,
and there's like
world-class.
a natural amphitheater in the side of this mountain where they perform comedy.
Is that where the Donner Party died?
No, but where I went to university at
Was this old
University of
German
Colorado,
woman?
they had
A display of the Donner Party?
their well, they call it the Memorial Center, but the student center where the cafeteria was called the Donner Donner Room.
Not the Alfred Packer?
Alfred Packer was the other. that was
There's
it.
a lot of shootings there too, because when we were driving
Colorado.
around, you were like, "There's
the
the
States.
Aurora Theater.
You're right.
There's Columbine High School."
Yeah, I went to high school right next to Columbine.
Yeah, and like just every
Splash
street
Zone?
we went to.
Yeah. Hey, hold your.
And when I was walking, I went to
Gallagher.
the University of Colorado. I was walking around. There was shell casings.
Yeah. It's
But that's just
fucking.
because everyone has guns
Yeah,
there. That's not the thing with the shooting.
It's getting worse.
What does everybody having guns have nothing to do with shooting? That doesn't make any sense.
You guys have guns here. You just don't have a culture of
Shooting.
Random violence.
taking.
Oh yeah, JP's bringing the,
The gun
guns.
show.
Yeah.
Get that on the video.
What you guys can't see is JP pulled out a very illegal firearm. And, hopefully the cops don't stop us.
And what you can't see
JP
from
Fournier,
James is that he's
officers, JP
looking at
Fournier.
JP's penis. Very
Well, it is
illegal.
being stuck in my face, and I guess I just have to, acknowledge the not quite an elephant in the room.
A baby elephant in the room.
Get off your knees. I pulled it out. It's being stuffed in my face. Well, you're there.
Looks like feta, smells like tuna. So, what is the future of comedy for Aaron Maslow then? What are you gonna do?
Well, I got some 2017 goals that I'm working on. I am currently working on a plan to develop as much material as possible this year. So I'm on pace to make a new hour of comedy. Whether that's good or not, I
So
don't
like
know.
60 minutes.
Roughly.
Okay.
I'm working on getting my website going. I want to enter festivals next year. And in a couple of years, like start doing road work when I'm not at home with the kids.
That's good.
Fuck yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's fun. I mean, there's nothing better. When I'm not doing it, it's the worst feeling. And when I am doing
Yeah, because
it,
you're with your family.
So you feel terrible right now.
yeah, that's what I meant. When
Hi, Aaron Maslow's children in the future.
Hi, the future.
I'm sorry that your dad died in that fire extinguisher-related accident.
we were trying to put the fire out, and we
Get one.
extinguished his
You
light.
accidentally got pummeled by this guy.
Billy Joel.
Yeah, so it was. I don't know what we're talking about, but
What you're doing in the future.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be away from my family. No, I'd like to make it a career, and I'd like to figure out how to get in a position where I can give back a little bit and do what I was taught.
Nice.
Yeah.
One day you'll be bringing up Americans to the Drayton Valley Curling Club.
Yeah, dude. That's
Hell
the
yeah.
best.
Is that your favorite venue in the province?
That's where Aaron and I worked together, and Aaron got the chance to talk to a lady who was vehemently opposed to Obamacare.
Yep.
But
Wow,
she
this
liked
thing
the
that didn't
Affordable
affect
Care
her.
Act, though.
Definitely would have,
Okay.
without a doubt.
Just checking my facts.
Yeah, you gotta fact check. I mean, you should. But you
Fuck
don't
fake
have to.
news. Fuck that shit.
What's your plan if like you get hurt in America? Do you just like
You just die.
you suck it up? Duct tape?
You marry a woman who is employed and has insurance.
God
and
damn.
can cover your bills.
Oh.
If you guys visit the U.S.,
Don't
No,
get
thank
hurt.
you.
be careful.
I know.
Don't go out
Dad.
at night.
There are guns everywhere.
You really do not want to get hurt if you don't have insurance. It's expensive. An ER visit can be anywhere between a couple $1,000 and the sky is the limit.
It sounds like one of those old Alberta Blue Cross.
Yeah, Kelly just got a
Commercials.
new fake leg for
That
free.
is- yeah, but you
It's made
guys,
out of
you guys,
Doritos.
Canadians just allocate their money differently. We like to spend it on military.
Thanks, Obama.
I know you're saying that sarcastically, but seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, Obama.
Tom, about what he's done for your.
If you hashtag Obama to Tom's phone number, we will write you a heartfelt letter signed by Obama. And
780-862-1124.
Tom Obama.
Obama. Obama? I think we've got our next Tomicon figured out. So yeah, I think look at that time. That's a whole podcast we've done.
Christ.
Everybody go around and say something. Everybody go around and say something heartfelt to Aaron. Starting with you, Yoda.
It's lovely to have you back, and if you ever want to come out on the road with me again, you and your wheels are more than welcome.
I knew it. I fucking knew that was the reason. I knew it.
Yeah, I'll mentor you all you want. We'll take a right.
Yeah, you're good and all, but can we leave?
Aaron, the first time I met you, you spoke very kindly to me, and my first thought was, "What? This guy is so full of shit.
What does he want?
What does he want from me?" I totally defenses up, but you know what? I realize now it's genuine. So nice to have you back for a while.
Now you realize it.
Yeah,
It took a
just
few
now.
years.
I haven't called you since I left. I really respect you, piece of shit.
Well, actually, one of the things that wasn't brought up was when you started the podcast, you gave thank you letters to everyone.
Oh, I forgot about that.
What and what a great we've never done it at the movie Jerks.
We just get pizza.
Yeah, we
Barely
fucking feed you. That's enough. But no, he
I
was
don't
like,
know.
we're gonna do little thank you cards for
Yeah.
everybody, and I was like, you must have so much free time.
But it makes a difference. Wow, does a thank you card make a difference?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
And yet here you are, still not writing thank you cards. 200 whatever episodes in. What a
nothing to
great
do with this
idea. I'll
podcast.
never do it.
Yeah, you considerate bastard, you.
Well, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. James, you got anything?
Yeah, I miss you, buddy. Good to see you come back. Do it more. Abandon your wife and children more.
She sent me. I didn't want
Yeah.
to come here.
So, Aaron, what's something you've learned in comedy that you learned since you left Edmonton? Something that's really opened your eyes.
Since.
How you've changed and grown as a person.
Yeah, don't be mean to people.
Yeah.
You learned that since Edmonton?
Yeah, I think when I left here, I was very full of myself, and even though I wrote thank you cards, I still my comedy was kind of mean spirited, and I learned to just kind of stop punching out and start punching in. As my kids listen to this and they'll see my first hour one day, it'll be like, he hated us.
We're not trying to make sense here.
That's for sure.
Self-punching.
Yeah,
Mission
that sounds like
Quit
a
hitting
recipe
yourself.
for
Quit
crippling
hitting
depression.
It's therapeutic. I yell a lot.
He kept hitting his heart till it beat wrong.
Loaded. I wear a heart guard,
Guard.
and I take worm medicine.
Is that what you call beer down there? Warm medicine? We serve it English style.
What is that?
Like in heavy amounts. And
Warm.
So Aaron, your Twitter handle is @WolSamnora.
Yep.
How do you spell that?
WOLSAMNORAA.
Yep, it's your name spelled backwards. Yep. And that's you on Twitter, Instagram, Snifty Snapchat.
Everything.
All
And if you can't find it there, go to quickandslow.com. That's basically my main contribution to this
Yeah, you do
podcast.
the write-ups and the intros.
And I post it.
And you also make sure Tom's phone number is available on the website.
It's on the website somewhere. I think I've posted it once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody goes to the website. I think they just go
iTunes,
to other websites.
Like, what's the other one? Stitcher, Tuned In.
Yeah, and they get like WTF with Mark Maron.
Yeah, they get
and
good
they get good
podcasts there.
podcasts.
And every so often, one of the recommendations shows up as us, and they go, "What's this?" And click it, and they go, "Ooh, that was a mistake."
And then we're like, "Oh, cool! Did you see how many downloads?"
Yeah, look at this number that happened. We had a similar title to like something that people were actually looking for.
But yeah, no, it's where everybody's stuff is. I like it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's good. There's photos of things and stuff. Go there and click buttons.
Okay, guys, music is done by Ben Sounds. Go check out the Facebook page for all of our live podcasts and giveaways. Follow us on Twitter to get the fastest updates. And please give us some stars on iTunes. Thank you so much for listening to this. We had an amazing time making it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it half as much as we do. Keep on listening to podcasts in the free world. Good night or morning. Uh-oh.
Knock, knock, guys.
That's a normal thing.